At our business meeting, we had a business meeting on Monday night, and I thank you to everyone that was able to attend that business meeting. We went through a number of important things. We had a look at our financial position as a church. We also passed our strategic plan until the end of 2027. So this will carry us through then. And the purpose of this strategic plan is to keep us focused on where we're going. And we're making sure that we're focused on where we're going because we are going to be reviewing our progress with our strategic plan at every single business meeting between now and then. So it's a point of review. For those that love having a point of review, at every business meeting, we'll go, how are we going with this, and have a clear-eyed look at what we're doing well with and what we're not doing so well with. And you may remember that Foresters Beach put in place a strategic plan back when Pastor Jared was here, which was to carry you through to the end of 2024, beginning of 2025. And COVID happened in the midst of that, right? And so we weren't able to keep our eyes as clearly on that strategic plan. And we hope now that we're meeting together regularly and that we have business meetings in person that we're able to do that. So I'm going to run you through quickly the strategic plan, and I've got a whole heap of printed copies that I'd love to give you at the end of church. Okay? And so come and see me in the church. We're going to run through this, and then we're going to jump into the Word. So our strategic plan has 4 main parts, and this is our introduction, which says at Foresters Beach Seventh-day Adventist Church, we exist to share the gospel with the Central Coast community in a meaningful and relevant way to draw people into a transformative relationship with Jesus Christ. As a result of this, people in our church community will pray, connect, serve, share, and grow. This has helped shape the 4 focus areas within the strategic plan. We believe that prayer must be the starting point for successfully reaching our community with the message of Jesus. This strategic plan builds on the foundation laid by the past one, recognizing our strengths and seeking to opportunities to enhance current practices and introduce new initiatives. Our ultimate goal is to share the gospel with the Central Coast in a meaningful way that draws people into a transformative relationship with Jesus Christ. Our structure, we've got 4 key areas with 2 guiding statements and 2 to 3 action statements for how we're going to do it. Most of these are measurable. Some areas are a bit more superfluous, so they're not as measurable a statement, but there are lots of things underneath that which I'm happy to go through with you that are measurable that help us to achieve it. Each focus area said has 1 to 2 driving goals. So the first focus area is spiritual growth. We want to create environments to promote personal and spiritual growth at Foresters Beach Church. The first protocol in this is to encourage prayer to guide spiritual growth empowered by the Holy Spirit. We'd like to foster spiritually engaging and relevant Sabbath schools for all ages. We'd like to create 4 Sabbath experiences per year targeted at children and teens. And there'll be a pastor's corner in the Connection Sabbath School 4 times a year, directly connected with our sermon content to go deeper and to dive deeper with those in our Connection Sabbath School into the Word as we grow spiritually. We also want to do community outreach and have that as a focus of what we do at Foresters Beach Church. We'd like to boost our outreach impact through partnerships with community organisations, schools, and other local churches here on the Central Coast, and provide training and ministry opportunities to grow public evangelism and missional outreach impact. 1, we'd like to create a community partnerships manager officer to foster community partnerships who will be appointed by the board or the nominating committee at the relevant time. We'd like to establish clear brand awareness through our social media with a focus on digital evangelism. And we would also like to provide training for our church community in communication and personal engagement with society. We have discovered through research that most Adventists only know Adventists. So we want to partner, we want to train us so we're able to reach out to our community, make friends with people who aren't from within our social community. The third area is the growth focus. We'd like to create a culture of intergenerational ministry. What does that look like? Intergenerational ministry looks like we've got the youngest and we've got the oldest all engaged in learning about Jesus in our worship services throughout our whole church, so that the youngest and the oldest feel like they are getting something equally out of our church services and out of our whole church program. So how does this look? We'd like to foster an environment of cross-member engagement and friendliness, focusing on welcoming, making sure our church is as warm as it possibly can be. We like to intentionally involve all generations in church leadership and opportunities to serve. That's the responsibility of the nominating committee and then the board after that, to make sure that when we appoint people to roles, we're reaching across our church community. We'd also like to promote a whole church culture of mentorship and personal development, creating mentorship pathways for people to learn and grow in leadership. Our final area is economic and financial health. We want to make sure that we are as financially healthy as we can be so that we can do mission. We'd like to promote financial stability through full use of our church, and we'd also like to communicate effectively the financial situation of Foresters Beach Church in order to fund mission opportunities. Firstly, we'd like to develop a financial dashboard that communicates the financial situation of the church. The finance committee already has, I believe, begun work on that, and that'll mean that there'll be a simple graphic and a simple way to understand exactly where we're sitting in terms of where we need to be financially. And make sure that you guys all understand where that is as well, because we want to be transparent with where we're going, what things we're facing, what's going on. And then we'd also like to utilize our digital presence to showcase our church facilities. We host weddings here at church, we host funerals, we host all sorts of events. We have other churches hiring it out. Our church is used by the Central Coast Adventist School to run their HSE exams. We want to make sure that our church is being utilised so that we are able to invest financially in mission and make sure that we're investing financially in our future as a church as well.